Nubia #1 has finally dropped. I eyed this when it was first announced because I'm like, okay, this has been a fan favorite character. Maybe if you didn't know or if you're not aware of for years since she first debuted decades ago as the sister of Princess Diana, the most famous of the Amazons. She appeared. I'm not gonna say when Wonder Woman first debuted, but during lore, she appeared not too far after Diana came about. This is back. She came about back when Amazons were made from clay before retcons happened, and Nubia has always been around, but maybe not as many appearances as I think she should have had. But over the past couple years, she's been getting more panel time. So #1 dropped, and we get Nubia waking up, coming out this well, which is the Well of Souls, where, as explained in issue 1, and I'm not all that familiar. Well, I am, but not as in depth as I need to be with Amazonian lore in the comics anyway. The Well of Souls is a well where women are pretty much reincarnated after they died of violence in the man's world. So they're reincarnated here. So I see things, like I said, this is with the lore, things have changed. Because she was made, it used to be Amazons are made from clay. And then later on, it turned out that Princess Diana's father was Zeus. And then now we got the Well of Souls where women are reincarnated, or pretty much reincarnated, and they appear through this well where they will become Amazons. So now we get Nubia. They get a flashback scene of Nubia when she first came out from the whales, and she's met by Magala, who is the watcher of the whales, and she lives a secluded life, always to herself. Wonder Woman Diana would bring her toys, tools, and other things from the world of man, and that she would just collect over the years. So we get Nubia appearing from the well, and from what is stated in the comics, Nubia was the first one, or she was one of the last ones to appear from this well in centuries. So it might be something that would just put away over time in DC, or if it is something new, then it's something that's been here. So she's the first one to she was the last one that came out this well in centuries. So now a new batch has came through the well. Multiple women have came through the well, which everybody thought the well was dormant and probably would never be used again. So these women are here now. They are now going to be brought in as Amazons. It's going to be a ceremony, and with them being here, as some have stated, they don't really remember their memories beforehand. The new women come in, one even says it's like I remember kinda, but then I don't. It's like on the edge of my tongue, or like it's in reach, but I could barely grab it. So now with the new Amazons, or soon to be Amazons, are here. They are met with other Amazons. They are go through a couple trials of what could their occupation be on Themyscira as well. Some excel in this category, some excel in this category, and so forth, just to see how they will fit into the society of the Amazons. Now, somewhere else, we have this doorway, this stone doorway with markings and carvings on it, and it's always an Amazon that's on watch duty around this doorway. Not no particular time limit as far as who can. Well, no particular rotation time limit, but it hasn't really been open, or nothing has came through it in centuries seem like it, as is implied in issue one. So now we got these Amazons, well, different Amazons or soon to be Amazons appearing, and as some of the Amazons are saying, this is weird. This many, and it's a bunch of this many are coming out the well at one time. And as Nubia and other Amazons are talking about, just kind of keeping a high alert. But the doorway, ironically, it seems like something is coming out of it or someone, and something's going to happen. So as the ceremony goes on with the new Amazons are officially brought into the Amazon society, we get a celebration. Everybody's just congratulating them, bringing them in this new sisterhood that they have. Some of them may not even ever experience a sisterhood like this with a group of women there to empower them. So as things go on, we get this door is kind of cracking open, and then at nighttime, Amazon named Cleo, she wakes up in a cold sweat, and she's getting these visions of a bunch of Amazons dead. Something is causing a lot of Amazons to die. We get Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is not on Themyscira right now. Nubia is the queen of Themyscira right now, and we see Wonder Woman holding different Amazons, bleeding, like crying blood. And Cleo runs to warn everybody about the vision she saw, and something bad is about to happen with Themyscira. So they didn't waste no time getting straight to the point in this issue. It's said to be a 6-issue mini series as a way to get Nubia back into the flow of DC Comics. We saw her in Injustice, and we've seen her in different comics over the past couple years. It seems like they're going to be bring her back regularly into DC Comics. So Nubia #1 has dropped. Started out with a bang. Check it out if you want to. And also, like me, if you want to get more into the lore of Amazon and the DC Comics, definitely check this out.